Madrid building a huge urban forest in bid to combat climate change.
Here's a summary of the article.
To combat climate change and pollution, Madrid is building a green wall around the city. A 75-kilometer urban forest with nearly 500,000 new trees. What we want to do is to improve the air quality in the whole city, says Mariano Fuentes, Madrid's councillor for the environment and urban development. To fight the heat island effect that is happening inside the city, to absorb the greenhouse emissions generated by the city, and to connect all the existing forest masses that already exist around the city. Madrid's urban forest is part of a 360-degree approach aiming to make cities more environmentally friendly, beyond just restricting private car use in urban centers, said Fuentes. With desertification reaching the doorstep of southern Europe, Madrid's urban forest intends to be both a mitigation and adaptation measure to climate change. It is not a park, says architect and city council urban advisor Daniel González.
This post received a score of 13,000, with an upvote ratio of 97%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Build trees inside the cities too. It's great when there's loads of greenery and shade as you walk down the road.
It also reduces the temperature. IIRC.
Yes, the combination of shade, not a lot of heat getting stored in plants compared to rock or concrete, and the fact plants are just living swamp coolers makes them good for that.
Makes me wonder why we got rid of so many trees in suburban areas anyway. Too much upkeep?
Probably. Here in the Netherlands people have onderhoed saam tuinen. Basically gardens completely covered in bricks, because too lazy to mow some grass.
Funny, because where I live, lawns are starting to become considered a luxury that is a waste of water, and you are encouraged to replace it with something more sustainable, like a rock garden or turf, etc., etc.
Xeriscaping is the practice of designing lawns to reduce the need for irrigation. One primary tactic is using native plant species that will survive well on the natural rainfall of the area. If you're going to use non-native species, stuff that deals well with drought is a good second choice. And then of course, gravel and mulch and stuff that doesn't need water at all. For those that care, it's a minor hobby of mine.
Ever been to a forest? Like what you saw. Bring the stuff you liked home and plant it, do not mow it. This is so brilliant. As a landscaper, it hurt to know that the #1 biggest harvest for all of British Columbia, Canada, is lawn mowing clippings. Kudos to you and your hobby. Find friends, please spread the good word.
I read somewhere that the largest crop is the USA is lawn grass. Not sure if that is counting suburban homes or not though.
Nice to see they are going to plant native species. And hopefully not all male trees, else the amount of pollen will be untenable. Best bet would be monoecious native trees.
I lived there for a while. The amount of pollen in the spring is disturbing. Honestly, it felt like it was snowing some days.
Did you ever try standing in the midst of the pollen storm, on all fours, screaming, "Dear God, my butthole. The excruciating pain in my butthole"?
No, I usually did that at my uncle's house.
Hey, I know your uncle. This is super interesting. There was a recent Economist article about the effects of a lot of trees in a city. Of course it's good for CO2 absorption, but it also protects against heat, effectively lowering the temperature of the city. The article had way more information, and I believe they were talking about a potential future where cities build more urban forests to help reduce the overall high temperatures we will be facing in the future. This one might be one of them. Beware paywall.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.